Yeah. What was that first noise you made on the first episode?
Start the show. Man, you doing
Kankakee up in this bitch. Kankakee up in this.
Man, Happy New Year. Welcome back to the All In Show.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
I'm your host, Hollywood Harwell.
Yeah.
With me, I got the most readingest.
Yeah.
Because he swear I said he can't
You
read.
told people I couldn't read, bro.
Why would I say a grown man can't read?
Crazy, bro.
I tell him,
why would you say
can't
that?
play chess.
Oh my God.
Set him up for the Okie. He came to my house one
You
day.
play chess?
I can, not like him. He plays though, regularly. He came to my house and whooped me so bad you quit playing. A couple times. I was like,
We're
all
gonna
right,
get you back playing.
you take that board and I'm gonna practice it and I'm gonna get better.
We're gonna get you
He
back.
was like, no, we're gonna play on the app. Yeah. I downloaded the app, deleted the app. I play you. I ain't scared.
Yeah, get some blessings.
I'm scared.
How you
Anyway,
feeling?
bro, Dusty, what's the word, bro?
How you feeling, my boy?
Man, good. New year, new me.
New
Ain't
year,
that what
new
they
stuff.
say?
That's what they say.
Man,
He was on them steps with the bag.
not yet. Not yet.
Speaking of bags,
I'm gonna be throwing it off the cliff.
we got a new year, man. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate
For
y'all
sure.
and everybody supporting us still.
Enough about that.
We back
For sure.
with a motherfucking legend.
Man.
Again.
Finally, we getting a series going with him.
Repeated legend.
For sure.
Every month we're gonna be up in this joint.
So we don't normally introduce the legends. So I did switch it up just a little bit for you for your intro because you've done this a lot. Again, if you could give your name, your businesses, your zodiac, because they like that. No, you ain't even gotta say your zodiac. I forgot. Favorite meals, favorite quotes. iPhone or Android. It's right here if you need to see it.
So, I'm Kris Calmese.
Yep.
I have a business called the Department of Health and Fitness. It's a non-for-profit organization geared towards creating funds to offer our services for children in need.
Okay.
Because, folks who have money can afford training and folks who don't cannot.
This is true.
And so we created that. My best friend Sean grew up together. We created it.
Shout out
together.
to Sean.
Yeah, Sean Northern, the
For
GOAT.
sure.
We put that together to try to create an option for kids who can't afford it. And then I have Calmese Fitness that's been around for 12 years.
Yeah.
Worked with over 8,000 kids and adults over.
Were you at the scholarships?
Oh! Right now we're at 7.84 million in college scholarships.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
people we train,
That's for sure.
helping them get those.
Yeah.
But I mean that's cool too. But I got a 68-year-old that can beat most 30, 25-year-olds in the race. So,
Yeah.
There's more.
Stop
to
it.
For sure. When you ready, we'll go live.
Straight
That's
up.
a race.
When you
I'm
ready.
serious. You want to
Me
race?
too.
You want to
I
race?
dead ass
I
race
would
him.
love to race.
Please, bring him in.
How old is he again?
68?
68.
Ain't no
Anybody
way.
who want to race a
You never seen him
68-year-old,
run?
tell us in the
Ain't
comments.
no
You
way.
ain't never seen him run?
Ain't no way, bro.
I seen him run.
Yeah.
Nah, he
Yeah.
might be cold. I
He is
seen
cold.
Gilly just did that too. He raced some old cat online.
They tore him up.
And birthed him.
So,
But he probably is quick.
Javante Dawson say Kris Calmese is the
Man,
best
that's
trainer,
crazy.
hands down.
Yeah, we got to run through the mall.
yeah, straight
Yeah,
up.
he
Fast,
dipping too.
He treating you.
I'm gonna be either right in front of him or right behind him, one of the two.
Yeah. And then I have
I lost. It's cool.
And then I have a binge.
Yeah.
My wife and I opened that, and Bridging Earth's Nutritional Gaps.
Okay.
So we serve food there that the recipes that we came up with as a team, staff members, Miracle, Colin, this one guy Ethan that used to work with us. We all came
Shout
up,
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
we
out
all
to
came
them.
up with the recipes together. I had a whole list. I still have a ridiculous list of stuff that I'm not going to bring out just yet. But it's really geared towards giving people food that doesn't have all those chemicals that everybody eats.
That's true.
So there's this big subject called UPF.
Okay.
In the United States, we're not really taught about the subject because it's a conflict of interest business-wise to all the big businesses, Nestle, all
Right,
the big businesses. They serve us UPFs, ultra-processed foods. So look in your cabinet and anything that you see in the ingredients that are things that would not be found in your average kitchen, it makes it an ultra-processed food.
Makes
So
sense.
MSG, monosodium glutamate, high fructose corn syrup, you don't pull that out the cabinet in the average
You
kitchen.
can't go pick that out the
Right,
field.
right. And so
Right.
ultra-processed foods they're foods that are created so that they can be easier to transport and keep in storage for a real long time
And not go bad.
and not go bad. and they affect our health because we're not really supposed to eat things that do that.
Right.
Real food gets old. So we created a place that has none of it. No fake burger meats and no fake chicken wings. You know how they do that fake stuff in the stores.
I ain't gonna lie, I like them both now.
Yeah, and I mean, of course,
I gotta do better.
But the thing is, this is the thing, though. Ultra processed foods, when you understand it,
They are addicting.
right?
For sure.
It is not anyone's fault, like that. Anyone has a craving for it,
Right.
because it is created also to make you addicted to it. So you got folks out here like, you're wrong for smoking weed. You're wrong for drinking alcohol. You're wrong. No, actually, it's the same addiction. It is not different. It is the exact same. While you're just sitting there talking, suddenly you crave pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that craving is not you.
Like when I walk past Flamin' Hots and my mouth salivate.
Bruh.
Straight up.
Because it was
do
made.
what? It do what?
Or
I
if
can't
you
even
don't
say it and it felt good though.
It do
You do what
what?
I meant. You do what I meant.
But even if you're not even walking by it, it just
Right.
it's so embedded into your memory, your body's memory, that you like crave it.
Yeah.
It's like crack, you know. So anyway, I
gotta do better, but okay.
Aries, the
We'll
greatest
skip
sign
that.
of
We're gonna
all.
skip that. If you are Aries watching now, you can turn off.
You're gonna lose a lot of good people.
That's okay.
What else?
That's okay.
What are other questions?
Your favorite meals?
Oh, I don't know. I don't put feelings with food, so
No favorites.
nah. I mean,
No comfort foods.
no. I mean, lemon heads if I had something.
But
like
I'm not.
that,
Don't have to be
but
bad because
I don't
frozen
really-
grapes. You told me was the
No, I
substitute.
mean like
or-
I don't put feelings with food.
Okay.
I just refuse to.
have to
It's
teach me
something
that.
that makes people have issues with food. It's
Right.
like I love like like bro, it's just food, bro.
It's just food.
Food is really just meant to like make sure that the thing that is carrying your soul is okay.
Yeah.
And
Detachment. Okay.
yeah, so I mean,
You ain't supposed to fall in love with it, though.
yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
you
tough.
can love it and be in the moment and appreciate every bite, but like obsessing over it with feelings is something. No, it's all the same as long as it's like nutritious for me. I love it.
For sure, for sure.
But I love lemon heads though. I ain't had them in a while, but I love lemon heads.
That's what's up. Favorite quotes?
Whether you think you can or can't, you're right. And then there's this Bible scripture that I see as a quote.
Okay.
And no matter what your faith or belief system is, it's the whole trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding in all your ways, acknowledge Him and He should direct your path. And so, like, you know, hard, devout Christians will say that, you know, it's just who they feel like you should be feeling that for. But in every religion, they have a version to God, you know?
Right.
And whatever your version to God is, that really is the message that we need to hear. And you really don't know your way. You know, we feel like we know the way, but we
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
And so you got to step back and like trust the all that is, and the pattern that you were put in, and put your faith into and trust into that pattern. So
That's deep.
Trust in the Almighty.
So basically, you saying focus more on your purpose
Purpose, bro.
than what other people got
Yeah,
going on.
man. Purpose. Folks be like, "Why you? I'm mad you did this, and I'm mad you did that." If you get them blinders on, you still gonna go in your right direction.
Yeah.
But if you pull one of them things off, you might hear them, and you might formulate an opinion, and you might waste your energy of your spirit
Man.
on that person that has nothing to do with your purpose.
Somebody else lane.
Yeah, man, that's
Somebody
couldn't
else
care less.
lane,
Somebody got a
stay
problem with
in
me,
your
you know,
lane.
let me know. I mean, if you want me to beat your ass, I will. But I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Hey, it's your
I'm
show.
saying,
If
like,
you
I
wanna,
mean,
you know.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not really in that space at all. I'm saying, like, I don't really,
Right.
I don't really care about it.
Stay out my lane, we
Stay
straight.
out my lane, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm out here trying to help people.
Yeah.
There are kids out here that I like support and believe in helping, and I want to be there for people's youth as a part of a community.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And it take a lot of
Help
different
them.
lanes,
Bullshit.
a lot of different
man.
ways.
Yeah, I don't care about how you
Yeah.
feel. You can keep your feelings. I couldn't care less. I mean, you know, it's really about like, it really does take a village, like to really build a community. And like, when folks get into that mindset, I don't want them here because they're not from here, then you just gonna miss out on what you're from here have to offer.
Because there are a ton of us just with that statement beyond, you know, what our passions and jobs are. There are a ton of us that along the way have learned from so many different people
Yeah.
because they said it how we needed to hear it in that moment. They showed us how we needed to see it in that moment. Or they were that person there who helped pick us up when we stumble in that moment. Yes. I'm running for the mayor.
I
I'm gonna
see
move
you,
back.
my boy.
I'm gonna move back in 2030s. No,
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
I get beat up over the playing. They don't. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be the
gonna be the
mayor
mayor?
of FAB.
Be the
My
mayor-
my job.
be the mayor
There we
of
go.
land. Kankakee?
I've been trying to get you to be the mayor for 76
I
years.
know I ain't finna be no damn.
Man, if you ran, you would accidentally win, bro. You
On some
would.
Trump shit. I'm
No,
probably
you know
like-
why he would win? I would devote my whole life
I know,
to
we were
promoting
all-
you. You
I
would
swear
try
to God.
You already know I
Chris, you don't
would.
be in my windows.
Bruh.
You was like,
Bruh.
would you like a broke dusty
Bro,
Ledbetter
that's
sandwich?
for mayor.
Don't listen to what he say. Watch what he do.
That's what I do.
No, but really,
Seriously.
Go all in,
don't
you
listen to
win.
what he say though.
Right. In the disclaimer.
You be
really
the
don't
only
listen
man
to
that
it.
turn the mic off.
Swear to God,
Every time you
man.
go up there.
Yeah, man.
That was a real good speech. I ain't hear shit he said, but
You got an Android or an iPhone?
Oh, droid.
That's what I'm
No.
talking about.
The one that isn't worried about what other people have as phones.
Somebody spend a lot of time on something what other people got.
Yeah,
That
man.
whole question came.
Being in your lane, man.
Yeah, man. He got his
I
lane, but he
chose
be
the
trying
phone
to.
that don't break when you sneeze. You know.
kids need their phones back.
Fred
Kids
Houston
need
said,
their
"I'm
phones
funnier than you." Kids need their phones back. That's funny.
back. Keenan, what's good, my boy?
And Keenan said, "My
My
brothers."
boy, Keenan.
Love.
So,
My man.
what are the days and operation hours?
So
The gym and the
the
restaurant.
kitchen is open noon till 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then noon till 5 on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gym is 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's love. And they can find you online for both, right?
Yeah, we have a website, departmentofhealthandfitness.org, for the fitness classes. We work with all ages.
Right.
And then we have bengfoods.com, BENG foods.com, where you can view our latest menu and make announcements for new things that we'll put on the menu and take off. I got something I'm about to bring out soon.
Now I know you guys do curbside delivery,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And you now a part of which one of the food delivery services?
Local bites.
We have Local Bites, and we're working on another one. We have point of sale matchup issues with the app for another one, so we're working on that right
Got
now.
it. Okay. But they can come to the curb and get it,
Yeah.
and they can get it through Local Bites.
Yeah, and they can get it starting tomorrow at some certain items at the Kankakee Natural Foods, the local health food store.
Oh, that's
So,
love.
We'll have 16 ounce and 12 ounce servings of things that people can make at home.
Right.
You know, I got folks who really don't want to come to the mall,
Yeah.
and so, we want to put it out there so people can order it, to get it
Right.
without having to come here.
That's what's up, man.
And then I'm working on food for the week. So between 10 and 12 bucks a day, you could have 2 meals worth of our food,
Okay.
which is high quality calorie food. And so it generally makes people incapable of maintaining excess body fat. And it speeds up your metabolism, strengthens your immune system, helps balance your blood pressure and your blood sugar, helps you to build muscle, improve mental clarity. The list is long.
Right.
Eliminate erectile dysfunction for those who have that issue, help improve hormone imbalances, all kinds of things. So
Hold on, you said erectile dysfunction.
yeah, so erectile dysfunction is a thing that comes from multiple different angles.
Right.
People spend a whole life not eating any real nutrition, spend their entire lives eating large amounts of fried food,
So
fill
for
up the arteries.
I'm sorry to cut you off, my bad. For the people who don't know, what is erectile dysfunction?
Erectile dysfunction is
For the what age?
No, need to do it. Not for the new year. Not for the new year.
it's an illness that many men suffer from when you really actually are never supposed to have it.
Right.
They've got people actually believing that your penis is supposed to stop
Eventually.
working because you age, and it's not
Yeah,
true.
I-
It's not true at all,
Not
actually.
true at all.
You
Shout out to Big God. It worked.
You're
Shout out.
85 years old.
Man.
It don't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it depends on good health
Right.
in a big way. And
Right.
so there are guys out there popping pills that have side effects. using machines that cause problems long term in your body. You know, when really all you need to do is turn up your nutrition and turn down your, let's say it again, UPF consumption.
Get a little
ultra processed food consumption.
Right.
And so when we
He
started,
stared at me real long when he said it to you. Look at
because I want that to sink in, man. Like this is a little angle that people in this country are not aware of in a big way. Really, the Midwest is not aware of in a big way. Like when you go out west, up in DC, huge. Oh my God, you'll go to like a corner, like a dude standing at a booth selling organic something.
Right.
You know, like this it's got no preservatives, and this dude's just got a little spot in the corner.
It's wrapped around the corner.
Yeah, swear to God, like everywhere over out west. But in the Midwest, they're like, what you mean no meat? You know what I'm saying? Right. What you mean? Like, hey, bro, calm down. The result of putting your feelings on food.
Ain't no meat and no oil. Ain't no butter.
Fuck you mean?
Bro, people go crazy over butter. Won't eat food because ain't no butter on it.
This dude came to our place and said, I'll eat here if y'all serve real American food. You know what real American food is? That's what they call death.
Man, that's what it sounds like.
I thought maize was the original American food.
Just speaking of
wheat.
We got Polly Walnuts. He said the food is fire.
Shout out to my boy.
Who?
Polly Walnuts.
Paul?
Paulie.
Yes, sir. Keenan, we're going to have to get you on here. Appreciate the blessings.
Him
for sure.
ASAP.
We need Fred to come on here and tell us what his table at.
Man, if he pull up on my table, bro, we got to 3D him.
Like the Dudley Boys?
Devon.
Hey.
Get the table.
Actually, I have to see when Fred is on. Fred and y'all would be just...
Oh, for sure.
That's
for sure. He been hiding and ducking. We tried to do a couple shows with him.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Shout out to Antoine. He says, keep being great out here, fellas. Community needs
it. Yes, sir. We need him on here, too.
For sure.
A good dude, for sure.
For sure. Come on on. Come on on. So, today we are talking about bringing in the new year with health.
Yeah.
Right? So for those of us, because I'm including myself, right?
Okay.
Who are setting a New Year's resolution with working out, how do we prepare ourselves for the New Year training sessions?
Get your ass up.
Ah!
Get your ass up, man.
Say it again.
Get your ass up.
Wasn't that what you said last year, though?
Yeah.
So what's the new one?
Get your ass up.
For real this time.
Justin Copeland says you top one trainer. Great conversation.
Nah, but for real, try to get started, man. You got to get that motor started.
So the problem with getting started is people will walk into a gym and just get on a treadmill and walk, then pick machines and just do a few superficial exercises.
Because it looks comfortable.
Right. Or because they saw someone doing it. Or because they looked at some young person on social media that has never had a day of life without health, and never really worked to help people to come out of poor health.
Right.
And they'll copy what that person is doing. So like some young dude, shredded. Shout out to Daniel Harris.
Shout out to
some shredded dude doing a video, you know, doing all this stuff and doing bench and biceps and shoulder press. And you got folks doing that in the gym with zero awareness of how strong their spine is, zero understanding of what a healthy range of motion of the spine is, no understanding of how important the strength of your ankles are in exercise so that you can be able to advance your athletic ability so you can do more and burn more calories. No type of idea of how to make their knees strong enough to be able to bend and effectively teach their bodies how to move without all those knee pains. And then we'll ask questions on how to do this from guys who lift a lot of weight who are wearing knee braces.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Why do they need knee braces?
This is serious.
Why would you listen to the person who has knee braces and a back brace on,
right?
Walking around saying, "Oh, it's just my bad knee." No, man, you're not supposed to be like that.
Right?
You're not. You're not supposed to be hurting. You're not supposed to have pains. And the usage of the word "I'm old" is the reason for a lot of people falling into old behaviors.
Right.
So you got all that, plus they don't have a clue how much water you need for your body to function properly. So then a lot of people go into the gym and have this horrible experience. Your blood's dried out because you ain't drinking enough water, right?
Man.
Right? You know, oh, I had 2 bottles of water today. How much you weigh? 220. Those 2 bottles of water are good for you if you weigh 70 pounds.
But don't trip, because I had a Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
And that's fluid too.
See what I mean? Putting work on your kidneys and liver to have to extract.
But I had some teas.
So
Just
right, and then people will go like, "Oh, I'm not eating in the morning because I'm trying to lose weight." No, you're gonna give yourself headaches. You're gonna give yourself internal issues. You're gonna start to tear muscles because you're not eating enough food throughout the day. The people do the intermittent fasting, but then they get not enough calories, like not nearly enough during that period of time they're supposed to eat. They have like 800, 900 calories and think that they're making progress, when in fact that's not enough calories to beat your heart.
right.
It's not enough calories to digest your food, function your brain, get up and get down and process things that you have to process and get them done. Chase your kid down. Like, you have to have calories just to be you. Then on top of that, you need calories to build muscle.
Right.
And so people go into a workout without any of those understandings and wonder why they can't keep it up. And it's because you don't have the basic fundamentals. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, was like the fundamentals.
Cool. Yeah, I got some questions ready to go based off what you told me you wanted to talk about. So how does eating before workout affect our workouts?
So, there's this myth going around that it's not, it's a myth because it's actually counterproductive to long-term health. That if you don't eat in the morning, that your body will start using the calories from the food from the night before. And it's extremely inappropriate long-term. The brain starts to really struggle because in the morning, the brain is looking for carbohydrates. And in fact, fruit carbohydrates. And the fruit itself alone can help balance blood sugar and improve mental clarity and speed up your metabolism all by itself.
I just want to say, last year the most weight I lost is when I was gorging on fruit.
Yeah.
In the morning, and from waking up until about noon.
Fruit.
Yeah, and with just those regular workouts in like 3 or 4 months, I had dropped like 35.
You got folks
pounds.
out here.
Nothing special. Yeah.
Folks out here think fruit makes
Gorging fruit.
diabetes happen worse. They think it affects their diabetes. It's not true. It's not true at all.
Yeah.
It actually helps benefit you in your situation with diabetic issues.
Walter Hudson says the boys. Anthony Kris Sr. says training is different from working out. Walter says tendon matters. Justin Copeland says Kris knows the science. Definitely helped me. Anthony Kris also said not the Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
And Justin Copeland said, what about the mango?
Mangoes are true.
I love mangoes.
Mangoes, man, the orange in that. And it's about the spectrum of colors that matter.
Okay.
But not eating in the morning actually makes it harder for you to function properly. And then you got that crazy diet where people don't eat carbs and they don't eat in the morning, but they tell them they're supposed to drink coffee to offset the lack of energy so that they can have the high of caffeine, fool you into feeling like you're okay so you can endure the suffering of not having the calories and carbs that you need to function throughout the day. Right? The super crash, bro. You know how many people lose their minds after that, bro?
Right.
Like, can you imagine being like, no offense to any officers, but imagine being a police officer and not eating anything all day and then just drinking coffee and then
chasing a kid.
And then actually being in a situation where your judgment is important, you know what I mean? Or a doctor or a surgeon where you're like, I'm just intermittent fasting, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're not gonna be fine, bro. And then you got people who like are really good at convincing themselves that it's okay. And those are the folks who end up with the worst result long term. They get thin and then they have all kinds of hormone problems. So the next stage is hormonal imbalances. The carbohydrates in fruit help to improve your hormone balance by having it in the morning, first thing in the morning. Also, when you go to bed at night, your stomach acid rests. The pH is lowest at its lowest at any time of the day. And when you start the new day, if you give yourself anything other than the least processed food, you cause IBS, indigestion, digestive issues, sleep, all kinds of things.
Right.
Just all kinds. You are supposed to have the most lowly processed things. So if you're if you need a lot of calories or a lot of protein and you're really trying to get big, maybe boil some eggs. They're not real processed, get you some eggs from a farm somewhere. I know my buddy Dakota. He has tons of chickens. They got eggs. You know, it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
But get a bunch of eggs and a ton of fruit. You know what I mean? Like, and that'll get you there. But this whole like processed, these fake protein powders and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you want the aesthetics, and you'll get the aesthetics if you do it right.
Right.
But bodybuilders don't live longer than people who are considered morbidly obese.
And most of them have major heart attacks and strokes that they don't talk about.
And they die.
Shout out to CT Fletcher for actually talking about it.
Yeah.
50s, 60s, like built like 80, 90-year-olds.
Yeah.
They're the best bodybuilders around. Not just CT Fletcher. Oh, what's his name that had the neck surgery? Oh, God. He was a world champion in bodybuilding. Oh, God. I can't think of
Are you
his
talking
name.
about
He was crazy jacked.
He had won
like
but he had won
pounds, shredded
I
up.
can't think of his name. Didn't he
Mr.
win like 3 or
Olympia.
4 in a row?
Yeah. Oh, I can't think
Just
of his name.
recently.
No, not recently.
I mean, like in 90s.
Yeah, late in the
Early 2000s.
I cannot think his name, but that brother, man, he's in a wheelchair.
I know
and
his
he's not
name
walking.
is killing me.
Damn.
Is he?
No, bro, he's like on like, you know, it's
Now,
Really?
you know who like that too? Lex Luger. Have y'all seen
Yeah.
that recently?
no.
Man,
Lex
bro,
bad.
It's like that.
Oh,
Man, that shit nuts, bro.
Look at all of those. That's perfect example. Look at all them wrestlers
Yeah.
who did all of those things to their bodies
Man,
to
bro.
get all
The
jacked.
pro wrestlers?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then now they killing their families and
which
they
is
can't
why,
walk
like,
and move and they dying in their
killing
50s.
their families.
Yeah.
So then there's like this movement on natural bodybuilding, and I got a guy that by the name of Denario Moore.
My boy, shout out. We need you on the show, bro.
And he's doing it the right way. You know,
Right.
like he's encouraging the consumption of real food and like being focused on nutrients and not just powders and shakes and
Right.
pills and stuff like that.
Right.
And like he's really moved up in the world, in the bodybuilding world, pretty fast. But it's just there's like a large amount of misinformation out there, and I think people are not understanding the difference between I want to look good, feel better than I ever felt before, and I'm gonna F myself up following this person. They don't know the difference.
And to be fair, you can't blame. I mean, you can.
There's no blame.
But you can't blame the natural consumer.
There's no
because
blame.
if you go online right now and type in something about health, what you said may pop up in there, but it's going to be 8 or 9 different complete ways to tell you how to do it. And if you watch the videos, each one of the videos will say, hey, what he said was wrong.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
What he said was wrong.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Every one of them. Yep. I spent years like investigating those things.
Right.
So I learned this. A lot of people don't know about the word, the concept of confirmation bias.
Okay?
And so, like, if you go on your phone and you hit Google and you type in a word that you would normally use, all of the things that you're into that are associated with that word will pop up because you're so busy looking up things that agree with what you like.
Right.
You know? And so you can search something health, but if you've been looking up a lot of really unhealthy things for a long time, then you'll get the paid advertisement from someone who sells extremely unhealthy stuff.
Right.
Got you. I see what you said.
And they're looking for you.
Right.
They're looking for the one who likes the Doritos and Cheetos. They're looking for the one who likes to go to Harold's and all that stuff. They're looking
Poor
for
boys.
I'm not
Wendy's.
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
saying
that.
that.
I know the dude who owns Four Boys. I never say a bad word about that place. My God, bro.
That's what's
Fire.
up.
Fire.
Brandon Woods said, y'all know why I'm not going to say how he said it, why he here. If he talking about that team just north of us from the college,
Congratulations.
I won't do it.
Good luck in the
Y'all
championship game.
Y'all
Michigan.
Cheaters.
They be
But
down
Brandon
the
said, this is the guy who got me to jump over a car and dunk the basketball. Look go.
B Woods got hops from them days, man. He went from like, I'm on hops to jumping over a car and dunking on like a 10.5, 11-foot rim, bro. B Woods got crazy hops from our work. Yeah,
That's what's up.
Crazy hops. Yeah.
So what about eating after workout? How important is that?
Refueling. You
Okay.
know, you like burned off everything that you consumed, and then you refuel to give your body the calories to build the muscle. The point is to build muscle. So society taught us that muscle was a superficial thing. And it's got people saying, I don't want a bunch of muscle. Yes, you do. It's not to look like you have a lot of muscle. It's because muscle consumes fats and it needs more calories to just sustain. So when you eat things, your muscles just burn that stuff up.
Right.
If you have less muscle, it's harder to keep fat off. People who have never played sports before are at a bigger disadvantage because they have a longer way to go to build muscle. To make it get to the point where they can burn fat constantly. And so once you build the muscle, man, while you're sleeping, you'll burn 2,500 calories while you're asleep. But if you're doing these deprivation diets, you're not burning anything while you're sleeping. Your body's trying to find something to hold on to.
That's serious.
Yeah.
That's definitely serious.
There's so many like people that I've worked with over the years that I've had this situation with, people coming in like, no, I'm only doing 900 calories a day. I gotta lose weight. Like, bro, stop doing that.
Stop doing that to yourself.
That's how you lose weight. It's how you lose a gravitational pull, but you're not gonna lose fat.
Right.
You may lose some fat, but
along with the muscle,
the muscle and everything else, and then the moment you have one bite of that thing you've been depriving,
Right back up.
Swell up, man. I've seen it. I don't want to name anybody, man. I never will, but there are some folks I know that I really care about who really spent a lot of time doing it and stayed down, and it's hard to sustain because it's not realistic to eat for so long. And they gained as much as they lost times 2.
Times 2?
All of them. Times 2. This one young man lost 36 pounds and gained 80 pounds back after that. 80 pounds.
Well, that's because the body is now trying to store as well, right?
Right. You taught your body that it's in deprivation, so it's like, please, whatever you send.
I know you sent me a lot. Send me some more.
Keep sending it. I'm keeping it. You're not gonna do this to me again. I'm gonna have enough this time.
Right.
Your body's in a defensive mode. Right. It's trying to save itself.
Right. So, is there a time frame in when you should eat before and after? So before working out, is there a time frame like you should leave a gap or too far back?
I say so before workouts, to be honest with you, like fresh fruit and a light version of protein, nuts or something like that. It's really the way to go.
This is right before the workout.
Like an hour.
Not like an
hour or so.
Right.
No. Okay. Something light. And then if you're in a bind and you hadn't eaten and you really got to go work out, bro, just grab a banana and some peanuts. Yeah. It won't bounce around in your stomach and make you feel like you're going to throw up. Your body will burn that stuff off real quick. Just bring some nuts with you. Just keep eating. If you have a nut allergy, I would suggest getting something that would make it easy for you to replace that. Like, I don't know, boiled eggs. Try to find something that you can replace it with that isn't highly processed before you work out, because something that requires a lot of processing will sit in your stomach during your workout and affect your ability to perform.
Right.
The food you eat before your workout and the day before affects your performance. Every person who lifts weights knows that some days you just can't lift as much as you can, and some days you can. But very few of them pay attention to what I had last night for dinner, how late I ate, did I drink alcohol, was I drinking pop, did I drink enough water yesterday? Most track stars know that they're supposed to carb load the night before a performance so that you have enough juice to perform at top level. Yeah. But people are under eating,
Right. But what about afterwards?
Afterwards, it's like there's this thing where they say you're supposed to have like up to 40 grams of protein within like 30, 45 minutes after you work out, because the body is most apt to absorb it quickly. Gotcha. I say it's cool to abide by that. You definitely don't want to wait a long time to eat because your body is looking for replenishment.
Right.
So I would suggest just try to plan it ahead and just have it ready so that when you're done, don't go, I got to run some errands and then I'll get home. No, that's going to ruin your results.
Man, I'm notorious for that. And I try to make sure I bring some with me now.
Yeah, bring it with you. My guy, he does, he bakes a whole chicken. I put him on it. Bake a whole chicken. If you want to know a cheap and easy way to get good protein and you eat meat, bake a whole chicken. That's the way to go. You won't have those gigantic fake chicken breasts If you buy a whole chicken, you'll notice the wing isn't the same as those giant things that they pump up full of that stuff in those trays.
Yeah.
It's usually not as many of the excess hormone, usually.
Okay.
And then you bake the whole thing, throw some sweet potatoes in there, and that's 2 parts that you knock out in your process.
When I first started working out on my own, like really serious, there used to be a guy. When I tell you he walked around, this dude was just, he looked like Daniel was his name, right?
Yeah, DH.
Yeah. And after the workout, he would literally be in the locker room eating this. He would have his half chicken.
Yep.
He had a half a chicken.
Yep.
And he
Sweet
had
potatoes
eggs.
and
He obviously
broccoli
did.
or spinach or something.
I don't know. You know what? I think he told me he ate that. And then when he went home, he had a light meal. But that was for his muscles.
Yeah.
That wasn't for his function. So he may have eaten the broccoli and all those other things. But he have 3 or 4 eggs every day. And he'd be sitting there just
With
peeling
a whole
off his
half a
chicken.
chicken.
Yeah.
Just talking to you.
Okay.
Yeah, he was serious about
How
it.
old was he, you think?
He was young.
Yeah. So
He was real young. He had to be like 20 at the time.
When you get further into the game, you find out you're supposed to have the other stuff too. You gotta have something that's orange. You gotta have
Right.
something that's green. You gotta have, it's different parts to it. You gotta have like citrus fruits and stuff like that.
Right.
Just to be
Gotta
able to
mix
get
it
your
up,
body-
man.
Yeah, you gotta have it. You have to have it because the muscle needs all those things.
Right.
Not just protein. Protein is like one of like a long list of things that you need. Magnesium. You know what I mean? Like like there's so many things. Potassium, folate. Like there's so many different things the body needs to be able to build muscle and burn fat and make you healthy.
Right.
But people like kind of get out of the healthy mindset. They're like, I just wanted the look. I just want the look.
Yeah.
And then that's just like anybody that puts their hand in the cookie jar without pulling out the mousetrap first.
Right.
This is true.
So along with food, how important is hydration before, during, and after workout?
Ain't no working out without hydration.
I remember when I first, I think I told you this before. When I first after high school tried to work out again, I was working out with him, right? And I remember I wouldn't bring no water. I'm straight. And I'm used to, in my mind, I'm used to being a kid. You know, you in the gym as a kid, you just throwing it. It didn't matter. And at this time, I'm probably in my, early 20s. And it's a slight difference. And, the muscles ain't been used since 18. I go in there with him and his cousin, little guys, literally outlifting me. And I'm my chest and my shoulders aren't feeling any workout, but my forearms, biceps, and triceps was on fire. He had to pull me to the side. He was like, "Look, man, let's start doing this. Just do this." So he give me the bar. Do this. Do this. Do this. Do this.
A little curl.
But I ain't know. Then he like, you gotta bring water, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta bring water.
Dry, yeah. If you're an animal, like
That's crazy.
you can
You
only
remember that?
think about how many
I'll never
people-
forget it.
Think about how many people give their dogs water,
Yeah.
but give themselves pop. Think about how many people do that. You know what I mean? Like, so why don't y'all stop taking better care of your dog than you take care of
Man, you
yourself?
know they not gonna stop taking
Man,
better care of
for
that
real.
Why
dog.
do you take horrible care
Real.
of yourself, though? You know what I
No,
mean?
you
Like,
right.
You give it to the dog because you know they need it, but why don't you need it?
Right.
Why don't you? Why don't you need it? Because they don't taste well. I don't think the dog's worried about how water tastes. They're drinking it because they're like,
This is
"Oh
doing
my
it.
God, I need this water." You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they have common sense, like
Right.
natural common sense with water.
Instinct is completely telling them this
yeah.
it.
This
Water.
is it.
They don't push you to the side like, let me get a Fanta.
Let me
Run
get
that
a
Fanta.
Fanta.
There's no feelings in this
Strawberry.
stuff. Yeah,
Right.
they might love their food, but there's no feelings with water. You don't.
Right.
You don't just say you don't like the taste of water and not drink it. That's like saying you don't like the feeling of a gas pump, so you don't put gas in your car.
This is true.
Can you drink too much water before or during a workout?
During, yeah.
Yeah.
But you want to kind of stay under 32 ounces in an hour anyway if you're not working out. That way enough is consumed. Your kidneys can't process more than a liter of water in an hour. So if you're working out, you sweat a lot of it out so you can drink much more.
Right.
But outside of workout, just stay under 32 ounces an hour. And you need half your body weight in ounces of water a day.
Okay.
So I weigh like 209 because I've been drinking my tonics every day. I accidentally lost like 15 pounds and just drinking them. So now I only need 105 ounces of water a day when I'm not working out. And so what I do is I do a liter in the morning with my fruits, do a liter in the middle of the day, then I do a liter a couple hours later. And so I'm well ahead. And whatever else I didn't get, I'll have it with dinner. If I worked out that day, I usually get all my water before and during the workout because you burn through so much, you know. Do 100 pull-ups in 9 minutes.
No, I don't know nothing about 100 pull-ups, but yeah.
I see Brody did it the other day. Shout out to Brody.
That's my boy.
We got a group that do it in under 10 minutes. One young man got it in 5:20 something, another young man in like
Bet you can't.
6:30 something, and it's
Sure
full
it's gonna
range.
challenge you.
Nobody's
Give you some
gator
time.
arming. Nobody's gator arming. We fully out
Give
there.
you some time to get it.
Man, look,
It's gonna change your body.
I'm trying to tell
It
you.
makes your spine strong.
I get you about 30. I'm gonna need some little minutes.
Just do a few at a time. Take
Yeah,
a break
cut
few at
back,
a time.
David Smith says, definitely knows a lot. My son has heart issues. Calmese helped him tremendously. Will Williams, the plant-based beast, said, let's go squad. Tell him, fam. Drink up. Yay, fruit for breakfast for the win. And my boy Dan said, coincidentally, the exact reason women forget to gas up the vehicle before going home. Will said, spine health for the win.
Yeah, spine health is everything.
Yeah.
It's everything.
It connects to everything.
You get dudes in the gym, I'm benching. What about your back? You know, like your whole spine is where your brain is. You know, your brain is not here. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It extends through your spine, comes out through these little holes in your spine, and connects to things like your heart and beats your heart so you don't have to think beat. Come on, keep beating. So you don't have
It'd
to.
be a long day.
Right? You don't have to tell your
Come on.
Right. That's-
Slow down. We chilling.
Beat.
Constant. Think about it.
But when you running,
Beat.
beep.
Faster, I'm gonna die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Come on.
That's literally your brain. Like it's connected.
You gotta wake
to
up.
Everything.
You gotta wake up at night, B.
So like, if you have like a bad lower back and it's tight in there, then the communication of your brain stops in there and doesn't make it to the rest. So you get people like, my feet are getting numb.
Yeah.
And then most of the time they're just dehydrated and the lumbar spine solidifies and it doesn't move. So the nerves that come out of the lumbar spine that are responsible for lower extremities deaden.
That's tough.
So we'll say subluxation.
Vertebral subluxation,
I ain't never heard of that before.
You gonna learn today.
Yeah, your
Learning
vertebrae.
today.
So your vertebrae, it's built up in columns, right? And they're they turn clockwise and counterclockwise, kind of like lock in together, all of them, all the way up. And where they click, there's like a little hole that comes out where the nerve is. If your spine is not in alignment, that little hole can be closed,
Pinched.
or moved out of alignment,
Gotcha.
bulging, or the other herniated. These are all concepts of subluxation. So if you create a hydrated body with good range of motion, then the spine doesn't end up solidifying.
Man, that's serious.
And people are going into the gym doing squats
So
with no understanding of that.
my shout out, I'm not even gonna say the name, but I'm gonna tell the situation. So again, I didn't stretch, and I swore I had the worst lower back, and I would always say my back is out. So I start dealing with said person like, no, you don't stretch. So you don't have a bad back, you have bad muscles. Your muscles aren't working correctly. We got to straighten out your muscles. And I'm like, no, I drink water out. I don't like to stretch. Convinced me to start stretching. This is the first time around New Year's I don't have a back problem and I ain't laid up in pain in probably 10 years. Not 10 years, but since when I was working out heavy before.
Okay.
Probably since then. But even then I would get it occasionally.
Yeah.
You have to
But the
stretch.
stretching.
Yeah, you have to stretch.
Start stretching and started, and you know what it was? It wasn't my back. It was my hips.
It was my hips.
Come
Usually
on.
it's hips
look.
and hamstrings, but
Yeah.
if it's muscular, it's usually hips and hamstrings. But if it's
It was
hydration-
pulling too hard down there because it was overworking me in that area. So every time now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I know what to. Let me go stretch these hips out now.
Old, boy.
Getting,
You gotta
man.
stretch,
Getting.
boy.
I'm old. I love
You
it.
gotta stretch.
Stop using that word.
Why is it a bad thing for me to say I'm old and I can be old for a long time and I'm comfortable with
It's
that?
not true. What it starts is a sequence that makes your body age sooner than later. Don't use people use that word to describe a sequence of activities that are happening in the body that have nothing to do with old.
Okay.
They have to do with what you've been doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I've been doing, I'm
What
old.
you've been doing makes you feel like you're old.
I like to
right?
get up early. I like to go to bed early.
That's called mature.
Tomato.
Old is
Shout out to my people who mature and like to call themselves old.
old is like, oh, I ain't running. I'm old. There's this dude that came here. I can't say his name. This guy, he came here, man. I was like, I can't say it. I was just like, man, you like, I can see your back is a problem, bro. I can really help you improve that. He's like, I'm old, bro. I ain't got time for that. Leave that to the youngins. I was like, I'm older than you, though.
That's crazy.
I'm older than you by
That might have been me.
It might have been me.
right, like 10
Bro,
years.
bro.
Like, I mean, legit, like, I'm older than you.
Right.
Why are you talking like that?
But Black Dynamite.
I'm like, why are you even saying that?
Be that as me.
I gotta watch that again. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
man. Yeah.
Oh God. I gotta watch that.
So should we be preparing the full day before with food and hydration?
Yeah. So when you plan on working out, you should plan the day before. Dinner should be done 4 hours before bedtime. You shouldn't drink anything during that time. If you're used to drinking water throughout the night, it's because you don't drink enough water throughout the day. So if you get ahead of it throughout the day and make it a pattern, you won't need the water at night. You won't get up and go pee all the time, and your body will rest and recover.
Right.
The next day, your body will have the calories, if you eat enough properly, to be able to perform the action you want to perform without going into deficiency. So the body will not sustain fat. It will not struggle to sleep. It will not keep you up at night. In fact, you're going to be knocked out from the workout because you had enough food before and enough food after to make your body have to stop functioning so it can take the time to build muscle while you sleep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ty Davis say, what up, my people? What up, Ty? I seen him in a while.
What's up, bro? I just seen him at my guy Jeremiah's new gym.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Man, him and Jeremiah, they're all doing it's dope, man.
Ty a part of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to reach out to him.
Yeah, I might have to talk to him too.
Will Williams says when they do squats and their butts shimmer on the way down, they are in, what's that word? Subluxation?
Subluxation.
I just wanted him to say it because he the most reading this, so I make sure the big words go to him.
Read, bro.
No, the big words go to you, so I can show you that I be telling them you can
Crazy,
read.
bro.
He told himself that, and it became a
Crazy,
thing.
bro. An inactive human.
David said, "Claiming old like you're claiming old like a mantra."
Mantra.
Sorry, excuse
Like a
me.
what?
It's a mantra.
Huh?
So like when you use words
I
like
know
that
what y'all saying
repeatedly,
for sure.
it affects your brain. Your brain takes on that and it embodies it. Your body is listening to you. When people use bad words about themselves, like when you use bad words to describe yourself, even when you're using it jokingly, like, oh, I know, no, your body's listening. Your body's listening to every word you say about yourself.
This ain't about me. This is about Kris and what he teaching.
Right.
So get off.
I
I ain't talking about you.
We're not even
I ain't talking about you.
cereal.
I'm talking about him.
We ain't talking about chips. No.
Here we go. Will said, "Preach, because I'm 62, going on 32."
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
David said,
Will's
"Inactive
a real.
humans, I think, is a Calmese word." And April Allen says, "Ooh, this combo is legit."
It's all April. It's my girl.
Lucy
For sure.
Go back.
So you say there are 10 areas, we talked about this a little bit, we should be working on that are not major muscle groups. Do you know those off the top of your head? You want me to say them?
Go ahead.
You know, okay. You told me they were toes, ankles, the hinge, hip ROM, core stability, spinal fortitude, shoulder ROM, neck ROM, balance, the cool down. How does each one of these prevent injuries and promote health?
So
I'm going to move it so you can see.
I might have to stand up for part of
Okay.
this.
You got a demonstration guy right there.
When you run,
Look,
Use him.
when you run,
Uh-huh.
the push in the back,
Mm-hmm.
your toes bend like that.
That's true.
If you have no range of motion on your big toe, you can't run.
this is true.
What happens
tell
is
you that.
it shortens your range of motion of your stride, then it puts a lot of pressure in through the knees, and the knees develop an enormous amount of pain right along the front.
All because you haven't worked your toe.
You gotta have range of motion in your toes. Ankles, same thing. The range of motion of your ankle is not only supposed to do this. One of the biggest reasons why people age and have aging behaviors is because they stopped using their ankles athletically, and by doing that, you lose all the muscles along the ankles that are important in mobility, and therefore you just can't move effortless. Stairs become like holding on to the banister. Going downstairs become a hazard, and you turn sideways and start going down. Because your muscles in all of your ankles are completely depleted over
From the ankles.
activity. From the ankles. Then there's you're up into the shins too. So like the ankle and the hinge starts here. Okay. Here, and it is this movement here.
This is why squats are so important.
Squats, deadlifts, kettlebell swings, bent over rows, all kinds of things that support that Z. It's the hinge. So all of Olympic lifts.
So when you say the hinge, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, the hinge.
Okay.
But the ankles, from the ankles up to the knee, that whole thing, brevis and peroneus longus, they're muscles that are along the shins. Extensor digitorum, connected up to the tops of the feet. They're your impact muscles that take impact on the ground. You have none of those, then you can't go forward and stop. People who are out of shape, if you tell them to run and stop,
You got to take the extra
they
7 or 6.
either fall or have an injury.
Yeah.
They're running it's something that
Okay.
it's a big thing. So then your gastrocs, the calves in the back, like they're just your propulsion muscles. So like if you're just not doing anything, you should be doing calf raises.
Okay.
All the time. Just all the time.
Okay.
Dorsiflex, point the feet up when you're bored, make circles if you can. Plantar flex, calf raise. And that alone, just do it all the time. And that alone will keep blood flow and activity in your ankles. And then with your toes, this movement of giving resistance while you push the toe down and up, push down, give it resistance on the way up, slow on the way up. It'll exercise the muscles along the bottoms of the feet. It'll maintain your body's ability to stay active and become more athletic.
Don't do that while I'm at your house, though.
Then
Do what I'm doing. Keep going.
But the hinge is a really well-known one.
I have to make sure I can get my shit up.
The hinge is a really well-known one. It's already covered in all of the Olympic lifts.
Right.
But then there's
Hip round.
hip range of motion. So your hips are kind of like everything.
They are.
They're,
I learned.
they're a part of your spine. They're a part of your legs.
Right.
There's a muscle called the sartorius muscle. It's the one, if you ever seen a gory movie and somebody's body got ripped apart, most movie makers try to mimic the sartorius muscles. They're the two little hanging muscles that you can see that snap when they pull the body apart. They're the muscles that connect the trunk to the exterior region of the body. And so those muscles hooking into here from the hip flexors in here are crucial in just picking your knees up. And carrying out activities where you pick your legs up and down. And then your hip functionality on the outside with your IT bands and gracilis and adductors, and like they're all crucial in just getting up and functioning easily.
Right.
So people will go to the gym and do that one where they close
And
and
the one they
open.
open, yeah.
And that's okay, but it doesn't serve the function of here to here. That out and in does a little bit in here in the groin and a little bit in the hip. But we need that connection to make it down here.
Okay.
So I think everybody needs to have resistance bands on their feet and carry out some movement, whether you're picking it up out to the side or just carrying out lateral movements laterally, just where you can get that outside part of the leg to connect from the top to the bottom. Then get the band to connect to something externally so you can lock the leg out and pull inward. Things like that are like crucial. You need to have a day where you do your ranges of motion. So this 10 things should be a workout every week.
Okay.
A full workout.
Okay. I'm going to write this down.
Piriformis.
You can't come with me when I do the toes.
Man, let's get it.
So the piriformis is a part of it's the triangle here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it is huge in your ability to sit, your ability to stand, your ability to turn, change direction, everything hips, everything nerves going down into your genitals, to your feet, comes from that area, and that part.
We pull from there.
Yeah,
a lot.
so moving range of motion, improving range of motion through the piriformis is huge. Most people can't even get there. The most simple way to stretch your piriformis is this. Naturalist way.
I ain't doing. I know I can't.
Push that knee down.
Go. That boy Dusty.
Yeah. Feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all the way down, and then the further down that knee can go, the better you can get down into that. But you feel your butt muscle. Yeah, see that?
That left cheek hurting, boy.
I don't need to.
Crucial. And that's where you're.
We gonna take your left cheek, your toe rubbing.
All right, and then so core stability is after that. Everybody makes that choice of like, I'm gonna do abs for 20 minutes a day so I get abs. That's never gonna give you abs. Your abs are not. That is not gonna happen right here. You gotta give energy to your obliques and your lower back because it extends all the way around. There's this non-superficial muscle that wraps from the lower lumbar around all your organs underneath your muscle and ends over on the lower lumbar. That muscle is responsible for when you like pushing out a poop or you try to push out a baby.
Yeah.
It's all the way down, at least superficial. That right there is what you need to strengthen. So it needs to go all the way around. We need
Instead of
twisting
just-
motions.
right.
Yep. We need planks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not crunches.
Not crunches.
Not crunches.
Do not do crunches.
They're okay.
Okay.
They don't really accomplish anything. You got to get the whole thing to be activated.
Okay.
So core stability. Then there's spinal range of motion. Is that after that? Spinal
Yes,
fortitude.
yes.
Spinal fortitude is like, it's life. Do you want your brain to function properly? Yes. Then you need to improve your spinal fortitude.
Gotcha.
That will include like doing pull-ups. It also includes planks. But it also includes like your ability to like sit up tall and turn your spine in each direction. Can you, right? Or cat-cow. Do you know the cat-cow movement? Your hands and knees, and you arch your spine up as high as you can, and then you actually turn your spine down. A lot of people can't get their spines to go downward that way. And that is a limitation in the range of motion. The muscles that are in there that hold the spine together are depleted. You need to spend time doing it. So cat-cow is one. Windshield wipers where you land on your back, getting your legs to go side to side. Just standing there and do obliques really isn't it, but if you're doing that in between a compound and where you get the front and the back, then it's better. So if you're doing crunches, obliques, kettlebell swings all together, that's more realistic.
Gotcha.
Sitting and doing Mason twists with the plate and then planks, that's how you put it together. But sitting there and doing this
Ain't working.
ain't working, bro.
Gotcha.
You're not burning any calories doing that at all.
Right.
The point is to burn calories while you're doing the activity.
Get your
to
ass
teach the
up.
body how to need to build new muscle.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Man, don't be talking about doing crunches with me no more.
Got to get your ass up.
So after that is shoulder range of motion.
Right.
And so when people lift weights, for some reason, they want these, you want these big shoulders, right? And so people do like shoulder presses, maybe Arnold presses, upright rows, shrugs, flies. And maybe even dumbbell rows if you have an understanding, bent over rows. But put your arms straight up towards the sky. Back. That's straight. This is straight. Most people, when they say put their arms straight up, they do this.
This. Right, because this is naturally
Right.
more comfortable instead of. Yeah, you're right. This is straight.
Straight.
I see you, boy.
Hold
got
on
it.
now,
I
player.
see
Hold
you,
on
boy.
now.
I see you, boy.
Hold on. Look, you went to my babies now.
So a great one would be like putting your back and head, whole body up against the wall. Make sure your heels on the wall, your butt's on the wall, shoulders on the wall, hands on the wall, and slide on the wall. And make sure your hands, it's tough for beginners.
Ooh.
Make sure your
Go ahead,
hands
do it.
touch the wall.
After you give me some money,
Shoulders back, all the way up. And that'll
I'm
exercise.
at work.
That'll open up what's called your subscapularis muscles. So it's like teres major, teres minor, and rhomboids underneath your scapula. And then spines of the scapula is the top end, and there's muscles like your traps and things like that, and those are all connected into that. By getting them engaged, when you do your lifts, they're all in a part of the lift.
Right.
So when guys get shoulder injuries, it's really because
Damn, lifting
they were doing this when they could raise their arm, when they raise their arms up. They never engaged the back end, and then they're lifting and benching, and the shoulder is not using all the muscles
Right.
of the deltoid.
Right.
And you end up with something, the weakest link falls apart.
Every time.
Range of motion.
So we got a couple questions too, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been going. You was going, so I ain't interrupt, but he got us.
April say, how do you improve foot health? Then we have another question. She say, Emily, she said, I drive 12 to 14 hours for work. What can she do while staying seated to stay strong?
So first off, the ankle range of motion thing isn't really that hard to do. You can do it anywhere. If you have a break at all, or if you before you go into work, while you're brushing your teeth, why don't you just sit down and just sit and go through a range of motion of your full ankle range, all the way back and all the way out. If you're sitting down, you're not going to burn many calories. Humans are not supposed to sit for long periods of time. It actually causes negative health issues. So you have to combat that with up activity outside of that. So you kind of got to make time to get up and make time to move. Your body needs, so the body is sitting in this position, needs to have the practice of getting that spine back in order to teach it how to combat the behavior of sitting for a really long time.
I see what you're saying.
So you like anything you do, like if you sit for a long time like this, eventually you'll develop a feeling of hyperextension on this knee and then overwork on the IT band on this side, and you have to combat that with some sort of behavior that opposes it. So you got to move. You got to like make time. 12 hours a day. Is it 7 days a week? If it's not 7 days a week, then those all off days need to be the days where you service your body.
Gotcha.
People have this crazy idea that on my off days, I'm not doing anything, I should work out. When really, the best thing to do on your off day is to work out. You'll sleep better. You'll return to work feeling more energized. You'll feel better about your body. So many different positives from it of working out on your off days instead of on your work days. Because when you work out on your work days, most of the time you're like
be tired,
wiped out.
Yeah.
So it's just, you got to make the time. People make time for work because they believe money to be really important, but won't make time for health. Not knowing your body's more important than the money.
Definitely gotta have good health to work.
Even like the sloppiest billionaires are out there trying to work out. You know, like
trying.
they're doing it. They got some trainer they overpaying. You know, like they know it's important. You know, you make a way.
Right.
Neck range of motion is huge. That one's one I want to really get to. You can improve every part. Wrist, you can do range of motion each way. That's a good one for neck, but the problem is that it doesn't cover everything. You have to like lay on your back and do it where your head hangs off the bed. You can get all the way back there and roll on the way back up.
Y'all play too much on trash.
Because it works your what's called your
Don't fall, bro.
sternocleidomastoid.
Put my neck back, y'all to chop me and
Chop is
so
just for the say. Shout out to Chris Williams.
Sternocleidomastoid engaged when you're back and laying back, and then when you're laying forward on the bed, getting it all the way up, get that peak of the trapezius at the very top. To engage and turn your head while you're up there. Like there are a lot of different ways to be able to get your neck, but a lot of people have neck issues.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize that it's just because of their pillow or something. Because your pillow's too thin and you're laying on your side, your head's hanging down, and then you got this pull on the side of your neck. Oh, I got this crook. And then you wait for it to go away.
Yeah.
Not knowing you created an imbalance. Then it happens again. It happens again.
Then it becomes a thing.
It becomes a thing.
Then it becomes a thing.
After that is balance. Balance is connecting your mind to your body. Just stand on one foot. Try whenever you get a chance. Stand on one foot and try to do it for a full minute with your knee slightly bent. Don't lock your knee out straight. Slightly bend your knee. Keep your heel flat on the floor. And try to sustain that for 60 seconds at a time, 3 times consecutively. The first time is going to be hard. The second time is going to be better. The third time you might get it.
I missed it. I was reading a comment. What happened? He was pointing at me, and I need to do better. What I need to do?
Stand on your leg. One leg for 60 minutes.
For 60
seconds.
I was really quit.
Seconds.
For an hour?
60 seconds.
Boy, that first 5 minutes would be hell, boy.
For an hour?
Hours. That's great. The 60 seconds is a good routine for any stretch.
You can't never be my trainer. Sorry, go ahead. For an hour?
And then the cool down process. So in the cool down process, you're supposed to actively bring your heart rate down.
Okay.
So when you're done with a workout, most people are like, "Ooh, I'm done, I'm dead," and just leave.
Yeah.
And you kind of actually shorten up your ability to gain long-term results from it. When you could like go on a treadmill and walk, that's when walking is a good exercise. At the end of a workout, briskly, and then slow it down enough to where your heart rate can come all the way down. You will multiply your caloric burn, your muscle development like you wouldn't believe.
Write that down for me.
There's one more thing that needs to be worked on, and there's lung capacity.
Okay.
If you're working out and your lungs are not challenged, you're doing your body a disservice. Your lungs are more important than your biceps. You know, your lungs are more important than your back day, lifting heavy. Your lungs are what create the oxygen needed in order to create the muscle.
Right.
So if your lung capacity is short, you're going to depend on a lot of supplementation to try to make that muscle because you don't have enough oxygen supply in your bloodstream to create the muscle. So when you're not working out, it's a good idea to practice lung capacity activities like inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. That last second is usually just impurities out of the lungs. And that within itself can help strengthen the lungs.
Right.
And doing cardiovascular exercise, not 5 minutes, but like 25, 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And use that as a thing you do 2-3 times a week regularly.
I could do that during work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that could
It's
happen.
not hard at all.
Yeah.
Hop on the elliptical if you're not good for the
Yeah.
the bouncing of running.
That's what
And
I
then
was going to ask too. Because somebody just asked for foot health. How do you improve foot health? Like if your foot messed up.
That's a lot of different things. What do you mean by foot health, though? Like, can you ask him that?
said,
Or what do you
I feel
mean by
like-
foot health?
She says she feel like she have a stress fracture, but I know it's a muscle because the pain comes and goes.
Where?
Foot, I guess.
We gonna wait
Where,
for
though? But that's what I'm
because it's
saying.
delayed. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
minute.
where?
I guess
That's the
the-
question.
yeah.
Where? Because, like, if
I'm
it's
assuming
under...
the top. Most people have pains at the top.
I'm gonna say it's below the ankle.
No, you never know.
No?
You never know. Because you're like folks with the arch issues,
Yeah.
and things like that,
Yeah.
the heel, plantar fasciitis.
Ooh, I had
There's
this.
so
Ooh, that
many
was
different
tough.
things that can be wrong.
Boy, when I was
Oh, my God.
425, I had that. When I tell you that was tough,
425?
I once was up to 425, my
What
guy.
was you doing?
Eating.
Goddamn.
And you know what's crazy?
Across the top. She said across the top.
She said it across the top.
Oh, extensors. So one of the most valuable things to do is to take your fingers and put them on top of your toes. Push against your fingers and give resistance and make your foot fully what's called dorsiflex. Then plantar flex all the way out and point the toes down. Give it resistance. Pull up and go down.
I ain't
Slow
finna-
control. What you'll feel the whole foot light up, and you should do it all of the time, because however old you are is how long you haven't been doing it.
Right.
So at my gym here, kids know if I say get to the wall, the first thing they're doing is the calf raise and the dorsiflex. It's the first exercise in most every workout. You got to make your ankles wake and your feet muscles wake up. Also, too, like, try to use your toes more, a lot more. Try to practice bending them, or see if you can extend all 4 down while keeping the big toe up. Then can you keep the big toe down while keeping the other 4 up? And you'll find yourself cramping, and that'll let you know you don't have a lot of muscle there, a lot of strength.
Right.
It gives you an incentive to like really try to keep going until it goes away, or you'll view it as so bad that you won't do it anymore. It's really on you. A lot of people avoid the discomfort, when a lot of times discomfort means you have to go until it goes away.
That's a hard lesson to learn when it comes to exercise and working out and trying to straighten out things you let be bad for a long time.
Yeah.
We got stories. We ain't gonna go into them.
Yeah. It's a long
That
conversation.
shit over with.
For sure.
Let's get it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm with you.
Let's get it.
For sure. For sure. Okay, so what is a good starting workout routine for the new year?
I would say that stuff we discussed. Like, take the time to create a structure like that to start each week.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe 3 other days during that week, do all the superficial muscles of the whole body.
Right.
Don't separate so much like this is back and arms and this is chest and triceps. No, don't separate because your whole body has to get to the point where it can receive this information that you're giving it and then turn it into results. So if you do the whole body for the first month or so, you'll get the whole body to start preparing for using your carbohydrates and your calories and proteins.
Okay.
You teach your whole body how to create balance.
Right.
So, if you're doing leg extensions, you better be doing leg curls. If you're doing squats, you better be practicing the concept of jumping up. You know what I mean? If you're doing abs, you better do lower back and obliques.
Right.
If you're doing bis, you better do triceps. If you do chest, you better do rear delts. If you're doing shoulders, you better do lats. You know what I'm saying? You got to put it all together. Forearms, put it all together. And then after that month is up, first off, your body's going to make a great stride because you burned all those calories. Because you burn more calories using more body. Way more. Yeah, you're not burning calories curling.
That's fair.
And there's no calories in this.
This is true.
But it feel good.
This is true.
None. You could
I'm
probably
messing with
make
you.
it burn some calories.
Right.
But it really doesn't do it the way that, like, if you were curling and balancing on one leg on a Bosu ball.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Your body just, everything. Yeah, you will light up. So many different muscles are being involved. And so, like, when you're talking about bodybuilders, this isn't for bodybuilders. This is for people who are trying to be healthy and look good and feel good for their lives, not just trying to do the whole, it's really about, if you want to get abs and get muscle, you can do all of that. Also, taking really good care of yourself, not hating your body and your life with migraines because you're starving and, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
always sore because you don't have enough calories or enough carbs, enough proteins throughout the day.
Micronutrients.
Macros and micros, yes. Macros are big.
That's why I said what I
Micronutrients
said.
are huge.
I'm telling you, as a person eat food, I know some, you ask somebody, how much fiber did you get? They look at you like you crazy. Well, I ain't get that much fiber. Well, how often do you, we say this every time, how often do you poop? I poop like every other day, Oh, okay. Well, I don't know,
And your genetics,
I don't know why they
genetics
act
only take you so far, And when you're young, man, when I was young, I used to be able to do all this stuff. I'm just going to go back. No,
and nowadays, it's even the young ones where, it's a whole process. And then when you say something like, hey, I don't think there's enough fiber in the diet. Well, my kid don't eat. Got to figure something out.
Young people are raised on ultra-processed foods in a big way.
Yeah. Because
And
it's
so
easy.
And parents, it's wild. Parents will hold the healthy stuff for themselves and give the kids the shit food.
Yeah.
And it's a real normal behavior. I'm not giving anybody any guilt trips and making anybody, you mind your business, none of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just saying, it's just normal.
Just a factual thing.
You got something healthy in the fridge that might cost a little more. And you got a bunch of junk food and the cereal up top. You give the kids the cereal and you always eat the healthier seeming thing for yourself. And it's really inappropriate because they're building in their bodies out of those things.
Right.
Every single thing you eat makes the cells that you are. Every single thing you drink makes the cells that you are.
Isn't that why Dwayne Wade said that once he hit those health problems and his body started falling apart, that's why he was never able to save it, because growing up, they didn't have money, so he ate a lot of super processed
He wasn't
food,
able to save
and
it.
his body
Yeah,
couldn't.
It was over.
Yeah.
Bron didn't get that.
Right.
Bron's mom was on it when he was young.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a difference. Like the way you raise your body matters. It truly does. How much how hydrated you are. Here's a quick tool I would give. Like, if your kids won't eat healthy food, like they won't eat their vegetables, then you got to make it a system where they can't have the stuff they like until they get the stuff they need first.
Right.
You eat this first. You be hungry if you want to. You don't sit here and wait.
I tell people all the time, I used to play this game with my nieces and nephews. This is why they eat everything. So, you want this orange? Cool. You got to try this. You got to try this lime. But you just got to try a piece.
try it.
Yeah, bite it. If you don't want it,
Yep.
then they turn to, I like this. And then you start teaching them the difference of, that ain't sour, that's bitter. And I'll be like, get the bitter one. If you could grab the bitter one, you can have it. Because now they like it. So you're able to work things like that. And from personal experience with children, I've learned it is fruit. So if you can start with fruit, you're able to blend a lot of
the
other
way.
stuff in. Yeah.
It's the way. Because, like, most kids like pineapple. Most
Yeah.
kids like, you know what I mean? Most of them do.
Right.
So why not just give them a bowl of pineapple? You know what I mean? Like, that really is the key.
And it's going to be tough in the beginning because they're not used to it.
It could be tough, yeah. But if you pick the ones they like, the fruit they like,
This is true.
and try to make sure that if it's supposed to have seeds, that it has seeds.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you get the ones they like and have them eat plenty of it in the morning, you kind of skip a large amount of negative things that people go through in health and life.
Yeah.
So just fruit and water in the morning.
Yeah.
That's how you see
Oatmeal.
it. Yeah, oatmeal's great, man. But
Kids.
it's not alive, so like you got to make sure you have some sort of fruit with that too.
Right,
you
right.
know? Yeah, but it's great fiber, incredible fiber.
For sure.
Chia seeds, ground flax seeds. Don't ever eat whole flax seeds. Only eat ground flax seeds.
Tell you, that's
Because your
not
body
so-
can't.
Yeah.
Your body can't process those things. You have too much of something called phytic acid, and phytic acid is an anti-nutrient, and it will not break down. Will not break down. That's why beans have to be soaked in water.
That makes sense.
Phytic acid, yeah.
That makes sense. So, I want to talk a little bit about personal training because you have a little hand in that, right? And I think there's some misconceptions out there on who can be benefited from it, who could use it, you know, and learn the lessons from it. So, why should one work with a personal trainer?
Because you can't name all of the muscles in your body.
Oh,
That's
that was
why.
quick.
This is true.
If you can't name every single muscle in your entire body, you need a trainer. And if your trainer cannot name every muscle in your entire body, you need a different trainer. That's
Okay.
one. Two, most people don't know what it means to work out in a balanced way. A lot of knee problems come from having stronger quads and hamstrings. And people will just do a couple of sets on a hamstring curl machine, not realizing that the squats, the lunges, the leg press, and the leg extension that you did were all quads.
Right.
All you did was hamstring curls.
Gotcha.
So the imbalance is really what you got to be careful with when you're like dealing with like training yourself without guidance.
Yeah.
I would say if you really don't want to pay a trainer, then go get yourself a personal training certification for yourself. Study the actual structure and learn it. If you don't pay for a trainer, either you're going to quit pretty soon, or you're going to cause some sort of problem
Yeah.
because
Right.
you really don't know
What you're doing.
what you're doing.
So, for the elderly, are personal trainers good for the elderly? Us old folks, even though I can't say that no more after the show.
There's
Let
trainers.
me have it.
There are trainers who study. There's like fields
Right.
in training seniors.
Okay.
I think seniors are supposed to have trainers because there's a good chance that they don't know what they can't do and what will cause some sort of problem, and what's going too fast and what's doing too much.
Got it.
How much water can they consume? Also, too, like when you get older in your years, a lot of times they lose your teeth. So, like chewing hard things becomes such a problem, and a lot of them don't eat enough calories as a result. And so you have to learn how to eat soft tissue foods so that you can get enough. And what soft tissue foods are there out there? You know what I mean? So it's a good idea to have a trainer that you communicate with.
Yeah.
Kind of give you ideas on how to do it properly. Like all my food over there, except for like hard shell tacos and the crunch wrap. Well, crunch wrap still kind of soft. They're all like softer tissue. So
Right.
like if you're missing teeth or you have sensitive gums or sensitive teeth, our food is made that way because all ages need to be serviced for health.
That's true.
They need, and so real produce often is soft, so it's just beneficial to have a trainer to teach you like how to find the right foods and how to get enough of it,
Right.
and then timing about your eating and all
I
that.
didn't even think of it from that aspect. That's smart.
There's
Yeah, that's a
lot
good
more
one.
to it, yeah.
For sure. What about people who believe they are in good shape? Can they benefit from a personal trainer?
There are people who run marathons who need personal trainers because when you run a marathon, there's no muscle strength often.
Right. It's all deteriorating.
Yeah.
Zero. Like most long distance runners have bad knees and lower backs over time. And they need a trainer to bring them and help them understand how to do it properly. People who like just lift weights and don't do any cardio. And they'll think that I'll just do some cardio. And they don't understand that they're actually setting themselves up for a heart attack. You know, our trainer will call into. There are lots of different points. I can go all day about this. It's like so many different reasons, and then people like are so hell bent on feeling like they know what they're doing and will not ask for help. And those are the people
I know that guy.
They suffer the most.
I was talking about you.
Oh, shit.
I mean, those are the
I was
folks who
talking
suffer the most,
crazy,
man.
No, you're right.
You
That's me for
you
sure.
need mentors, and most people need mentors in every
Different
major
aspects,
aspect of life.
Is it a bad thing for a person as a trainer? Is it a bad thing for a person to come to you and instead of training with you multiple times a week, coming with you to set the game plan of what their training should be, learning what they should be doing, and then breaking off for a couple weeks doing that and then coming back?
As long as they're paying for it and not doing that in a sneaky way, because people do that. They're like, I just want to work out. Then they'll come in and copy things, not knowing that none of the stuff that they see these people doing is meant for them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so, like, a workout routine. So, like, people are like, can you write out a workout routine? First off, I don't know if you're doing it right.
Right.
You know, 3 sets of 15 on the bench. I don't know where your elbows are.
Right.
I don't know.
I get what you're
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? I don't know if you're like taking breaks in the middle of that 15. I don't know if you're the type to stop as soon as you feel the pain start to set in from the muscle pulling in blood. Like
And not building the endurance.
right. And so like it's kind of hard because I've given people workouts before, charged them for it, and they don't go anywhere. They never go anywhere. Most of the time it's just people who like people who do that don't have the accountability to say, hey, I really don't know how to do this. I need somebody to guide me.
Right.
And you need to spend time, 6 months to a year, with a trainer. Whether it's once a week or 3 times a week, you need a trainer to teach you about your body.
And that's what my question was really. Just that once a week you go to that trainer, you're continuously working out outside of that. But once a week, you're going back to that person to reiterate the lesson.
Learn the structure.
Yeah, and make sure that you're doing it correctly.
Learn the structure.
The things you're not getting right.
Right. So, you find a trainer, man, pay them. Don't ask for discounts and don't try to get around paying them, because the less you pay them, the less inclined they'll be to give you the best that they have to offer you.
This is true.
You should definitely see these people as people who are here to help you, because this world is not, this training world, it's not really a self-serving world. You're really serving people in order to serve yourself.
It's the only way, right?
So it's a service industry. And so I would say, like, really pay attention to their personality. When I was younger, I learned that I didn't really want a male trainer, because male trainers are often just too caught up in male bullshit, and not necessarily into science. And then as I got older, I started to realize it ain't the male thing; it's about the individual.
Yeah. Right, it's a
You gotta
maturity
get to know,
thing.
You gotta learn who you're dealing with. Like if you're talking to a trainer and every woman walks by, he's caught up with him. It might be a problem with him really being focused on you and your science.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like people need trainers, really highly knowledgeable trainers who really care about you.
What questions should someone? I can't talk today at all. What questions should someone ask if they believe they found somebody to be a good trainer and they want that person to train them? So I go to him. He tell me a trainer. We have a conversation. I'm trying to fill him out. What questions do I need to ask him to know that this is somebody who is reputable?
I wouldn't say that there were questions that you needed to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you should listen.
Okay.
Listen to what they're explaining. Ask questions about what this is good for when they give you the exercises to do.
Okay.
And pay attention to whether or not they see you as a number. That's a big one.
I feel that.
That's a big one. Like a lot of trainers are really, really into it. So like, so you know how internet gives you a lot of stimuli based on what you're into?
Mm-hmm.
On mine, I get a lot of, if you're a trainer, this is how you make more money without having to train as much. And I'm like, that's not, I want to make more money.
Right.
But I want people to get science.
Right.
Not just have them on some, I tried that during COVID. I tried it. It's just, I can't really be there to help you.
You can't correct.
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
you're doing bench press. I don't know if when you're benching, you're picking one of your lats up off, one of your delts up off the bench.
Right.
I don't know if you're the type that picks up a foot and you're fatigued. I don't know. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you hold your breath when you're lifting.
That was tough. I used to do that heavy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Because in my mind, I need to power this out.
And people think that power comes from holding your breath.
Yeah,
It was like it was like a frustration move. I didn't realize that this is all a fluid motion.
Yeah.
In my mind, let's just go.
You gotta
Let's
push
just
that
get it.
thing
Let's
out.
just.
That's
This-
where the power comes from.
All you
Yeah.
gotta do is pops up.
Man, for real.
You cutting off oxygen to the rest of your body.
But I didn't understand
You
that.
don't realize it.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. So, Chris, we definitely appreciate you. We got a couple more questions here, and then we're going to call it. Well,
Let's
he
get it.
love messing my hand movements. He love it.
Get it, man.
So, Bonnie Bella says, what up, fellas? Hey.
What up,
She
what
says, doctor up those vegetables or turn vegetables into a fun time for kids. Start a breakfast with fruits. Ty Davis laughed at something. Probably something you said.
That's something.
Probably you. Something.
That's something.
Just a LOL.
That's something.
At LOL.com. And April Allen said, once a week with a personal trainer, is that sufficient?
Get a Planet Fitness membership. Get your personal trainer once a week. Have them educate you on how to do a total body workout to where you get everything evenly. And then you can go to Planet or go to the Y. Or if you really want to spend some money, go to Riverside. And
I love Riverside.
It's so dope. It's just, it's so dope.
So I don't know if they still have it when I was here. If you are obese, if you get a doctor's note, you could go to Riverside. It was free or it was $5? I
don't know.
Can't remember. But that could be looked into.
But yeah, it's really just.
You know I, boy.
So after you get that once a week, and you get a trainer that really breaks down a structure for you
Right.
as a routine, you can really like put it on yourself to like master that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, how many times can I do it? How many times can't I? When should I take a break? And then when you get that stuff down and you really master that routine, you'll find yourself in shape in a matter of
So
weeks.
maybe not in the first couple weeks. Maybe the first couple weeks you need to work out with the trainer to get down the rhythm.
Yeah, you need a structure.
And then once
yeah.
you understand what you're doing, that makes
You need
sense.
to learn the structure.
Got it.
You can't just come in once the first time and just get it.
Now this is a question I like. This ain't about you. Anitra Griffin said it's broke Dusty Berry.
Who said that?
Anitra Griffin.
Mind your business, boy. Next question.
And Carla says, what you say, Ryan? Really? I didn't say nothing. I didn't say that, Carla.
No, he's not married, by the way.
Yep. You married to the game.
Gang.
Again, Chris, what is the name of the restaurant, name of the gym?
Binge Bridging Earth's Nutritional Gaps is what it's called. And this is the Department of Health and Fitness. Calmese Fitness is my LLC. And look out for my food, man. I'll be out there. Our food will be over there at the Kankakee Natural Foods tomorrow by, let me see, I'm going to get up about like 9 o'clock, 9:30. I should have it all there. I have my sign up and everything.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to come to the mall to get some of the items. Those tonics, man, they're life-changing.
You definitely.
Congratulations.
I remember last time I was here and I drank that ginger.
Yeah.
Knocked it right out for that little 40 minutes, didn't it?
Definitely good. Definitely good.
Like they had told you.
Shorten the life of a lot of illness, actually.
No, yeah, Carla, I was definitely serious about that. I don't know if they still had that program. That was probably 5 or 6 years ago. But I would definitely look into it. Yeah. Sorry about that. And what are the hours of operations for the gym? And
11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday is the gym. And then Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's all gym hours.
right.
The kitchen is noon to 7 Monday through Friday, and then noon to 5 on Saturdays.
Do you offer a gym type membership where they don't work out with you, but they're able to use your equipment?
No.
Just wanted to make sure that was
sir.
reiterated for you.
No, sir.
Got it.
I have to guide who's in here because I don't want anybody doing anything that isn't productive or isn't appropriate.
Got it.
Sure.
And it's this. I'll have like 15 different workouts going in here at one time.
Because I just be here kicking that tire for an hour.
Straight up, man.
Chris taught me.
Supposed to be like, yeah,
I went to Chris gym and hurt my foot kicking that tire.
Man, I had a sledgehammer just sitting because we used to do it on the tire.
I remember.
And I would just look up and somebody would be over there just slamming the sledgehammer over and over again. I was like, hey, man, how many of those have you done? I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you switch sides? Switch sides. So he was just going one side repeatedly, you know? So there's
Right.
so many different things that people don't know. Like, I just wanted to do it. Or a person will just flip a tire like that. And they don't know that. And whenever I have people flip tires, I always make them carry out back exercises that make the back go back this way.
I was definitely that person that first day. I came in the door. I don't care about nothing you finna talk about. Let's flip that tire.
Yeah, it's like...
Then he gave me the biggest tire. Like, okay, flip the tire.
Did you flip?
No. Come on, let me show you what you need to do to flip that tire.
Yeah, you gotta
Then we did the exercises, and then I
you
flipped
got
the
it.
tire.
Yeah, you gotta break them out.
You remember that?
Yeah,
Or is that
I
just a
remember that
normal?
clear as day.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
Clear
I
as
sure was
day.
like, yeah, I got a tire for you. Go ahead, give it a try.
Clear as day.
We
Bro,
did like 3
got
things,
this.
and he came back, and then he whipped it over. I was like, oh.
I got
A lot of
got
people,
this.
A lot of people think with their ego, you know, step
sure,
back for a
for sure.
second
I heard that.
and try to practice humility.
Cuz, don't be shouting out Aries on our show. You're right. You got anything you want to announce? I didn't announce my aunt. He didn't announce his food. What you want to announce?
Damn. Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year, man.
And Ryan loves Aries.
Yeah, he loves Aries. It's going to be a great year for everybody. Positivity and all that good stuff.
Carla says your kale salad is delicious, Chris. I had to cut him
Oh,
off because he
yeah.
playing.
That BK, that's my wife made that. Made that. Man, that
It is
thing
nice.
Off the chain.
It
I love
is nice.
I love it. That's a good salad. Yeah. Goes with anything too.
I like the chili with the flaming hot sauce. That's where you get me.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's mine.
That was good.
try that.
Flaming hot is mine, boy. It's mine. Right
For
there.
sure.
On everything.
That's all you have for.
That's all I got, bro.
You got any events coming up? I want to cut you off again.
Nah, man. I DJ'd for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool the night before. Just the show, work, some kids. Some events coming up sooner or later. But
Okay.
for the most part, that's it, man.
Anitra said marriage maybe. And April Allen says I love her for show. Shout outs. Talking about Aries gonna tell me what I love. You don't have to go first.
Shout out to Colin, Miracle, Jessica,
Hey,
Camille.
Miracle makes sure she tagged me in every single thing she posts about that kitchen.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Every single time. It made me proud.
Good.
She hurt my feelings because she's starting to like cats, but we're gonna move on from there.
Keep tagging.
It's a whole nother thing
Keep
you don't know.
tagging.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know.
You don't know.
Naya, Aoife, Joe, Derek, Norm, my brother.
For
all
sure.
My nieces and nephews.
Sure.
Slank, Bear G, baby. You know what it is. GQ, Red, all my people. You know.
Yeah.
Andrew Parimba. Oh, baby.
That's some good shout outs.
Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the land. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you making moves. Remember the first show we had, you was talking about opening up some food. Now shit, you about to be
Rolling.
rolling.
Yeah, I'm looking at
man.
communicate with some senior communities so that we can create food packages for seniors for the week.
Yeah.
That's dope.
You know, things like
Yeah.
that. So, if you guys know anybody that has a senior community that would love to have food that'll help benefit their health and improve their digestion and all those things, good for their palate, let me know. Because we're looking for partnerships. Got a couple places up north setting up a tasting pretty soon. So just let me know when we're out here.
Where could you be reached at?
That's a good question.
I can be reached here. Or you can call Beng, or we can. I'm really easy to reach. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, under my name. I'm not hard to find. I'm right here. You got
Yeah,
a problem?
you
If
are,
you got
for
a problem with me, I'm not hard to find. I'm right here.
I heard that.
Definitely want to give a shout out to everybody in the community who is doing health. So be it a kitchen or a gym or helping with the youth, trying to make sure that they on top of what they need to do when it comes to health. Everybody. It takes a whole community to get it out there because there's so much misinformation.
Yeah, shout out to Leah Bilal. A young man opened up a gym in town.
Okay.
100% personal training gym. Very proud of you, brother. Keep growing.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Seriously, like there's 130,000 people in this county, and I can't train them all. We need more trainers that are dedicated. To
And
the
everybody
field.
like different personalities.
Right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it ain't
So,
nothing personal.
oh yeah, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Shayna and Wokenquo. She is our new trainer that we're bringing on to train clients in the 8 a.m.
Oh, nice.
In the AM, and we're looking for some adults who would be interested in working from the basics and beginner and really get themselves on the health track. So if you guys want to shoot me a message, I can connect you with her. Shayna's incredible. She was a track star at DePaul.
Okay.
Got her degree there, and she has trained track stars all over
Right.
the place. She's incredible, and shout out to Shayna, man. I hope we can really do a lot this year.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to my homie Britmo. She actually got me stretching.
Yeah.
Chris put me on the
Brit.
train with her, and
Yeah.
Brittany, the reason my back ain't hurting, and I can actually stand through the new year.
The beastress.
I can't stand her as a person, even though she my best female friend now. I can't stand her as a person, but you know, I had to shout out.
Shout out.
I'm shocked she ain't cussed somebody out yet.
Stretch me out.
She's great, bro.
He love Brittany.
Yeah, I do.
You hear him say, "Oh, she stretched me out." I heard you try to ignore it.
Yeah. One of these days.
That's like family to me, y'all.
That's
Yeah, I know.
what's up.
That's his
Shout out
his
to
crush.
Brittany. Shout out to Brittany. For sure.
That's my dog. She did a show with us, so you can always go back and see that. If you have any other questions before you hit up Kris, you can also reach back. Kris has been doing a series with us, so we have one with you and Denise. Right? Shout out to Denise with the health as well. We got to get you on the show, Denise. And then
Jeremiah Mitchell and his new gym in Richmond Park. Gotta give a shout out to him.
Okay.
He just opened up a place called Mitch's Fitness. Beautiful facility.
that's the one you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Mitch's Fitness, y'all. Check him out. Mitch's Fitness.
He like
You can
that.
find him on Instagram. You can find him on Facebook. Dude,
We'll have Kris put a tag on the live here.
yeah, I trained him myself. He's incredible.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's all I really got. Shout out to the families and everybody. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. If you happy Kwanzaa, whatever religion I forgot and I didn't name that just recently happened. Shout out to your religion as well. We appreciate you all. Everybody been watching. I'm going home tonight.
Cut the show.
Cut the show.